All right, let's talk about passkeys. They're supposed to be this amazing tech that finally gets rid of passwords, right? Well, it turns out they have this hidden dark side. They could be locking you into a digital ecosystem, and you might not even know it's happening until it's too late.
So you've probably seen this, right? You're logging into an app and your phone just pops up. Hey, want to upgrade to a passkey? It's super convenient, one-tap login, awesome security. But this very convenience has created what a lot of experts are calling the trap.
Okay, so let's get into it. The hidden passkey trap. What exactly is this thing? I mean, how can something designed to make us more secure actually become a huge headache the second you decide to get a new phone?
Well, here's the core of the problem. A passkey isn't like a password. A password is just text. You can write it down, copy it, put it in any app you want. But a passkey? It can be literally chained to a single company, like Apple or Google. Your digital identity, your keys, they get locked inside their walled garden.
So how does this trap actually work? To really get it, we've got to break down the huge difference between a password and a passkey. They sound similar, but they are worlds apart.
And this really is the key difference. A password is a secret you know. You have to remember it. A passkey is a key you possess, or, more accurately, your phone possesses. It's a fundamental shift from what's in your head to what's in your hand.
So how does that work? Well, it's pretty clever, actually. When you create a passkey, your phone creates a unique pair of cryptographic keys. Think of it like a lock and a key that only fit each other. The lock, that's the public key, goes to the website. But the key, the private one, never, ever leaves your device. It's never sent over the internet, which is what makes passkeys pretty much phishing-proof.
Now, this is where the walled garden comes in. To make things super easy for you, companies like Apple and Google sync these private keys across all your devices. So a passkey on your iPhone just magically appears on your Mac. It feels seamless, right? But here's the catch. That convenience is the trap. iCloud Keychain and Google Password Manager, they're not designed to talk to each other. So that amazing convenience inside the garden, that becomes the very wall that stops you from ever leaving.
So, what happens when you try to leave? Let's talk about a real-world scenario, what we're calling a phone switch nightmare. Okay, so let's meet Alex. He's super excited. He's finally switching from his iPhone to a brand new Android phone. He's done all the right things, used all the transfer tools to move his photos, his contacts, even his old passwords made it over.
Now, Alex has been a good digital citizen. He's upgraded a bunch of his important accounts to use passkeys, his bank, Amazon, PayPal. He just assumes, naturally, that these ultra-secure keys will just move over with everything else. I mean, why wouldn't they? But that assumption, that's exactly where the nightmare starts.
And here's what happens. He goes to log into Amazon on his shiny new Android. It asks for his passkey, and nothing. The Android passkey storage is completely empty. And his old iPhone? He can't use it because he's already wiped it clean to trade it in. So now he's locked out, completely. He has to go through that horrible account recovery process, probably getting a text message code, which is way less secure. And the worst part? He has to do this for every single account he switched to a passkey. What a mess!
Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but wait, can't you just scan a QR code with your old phone to log in on the new one? And yes, you can. But here's the critical thing to understand. That is not a transfer. It's just a temporary remote control. You're using your old phone to approve the login on your new one. The key itself never actually moves. The second you wipe or sell that old phone, that remote is gone forever, and you're locked out.
Okay, so that was the bad news. But it's not all doom and gloom, I promise. The good news is the industry gets it. They know this is a huge problem, and they are actively working on a way for us to break these chains.
And the solution is a new set of industry standards, fancy names, called Credential Exchange, or CXP and CXF for short. Now, you don't need to remember the acronyms. Just think of it like this. CXF is like a universal secure suitcase for your passkeys, and CXP is the secure delivery service that can move that suitcase from, say, Apple's system over to Google's. This is the standard that's going to let us unlock those walled gardens.
And this table lays it all out pretty clearly. You can see Apple and Google, they've been pretty restrictive, keeping you in their ecosystem. But look at the bottom row, third-party managers. Think 1Password, Bitwarden, Dashlane. These guys are the real heroes here. Their whole reason for existing is to work everywhere. They are built from day one to be completely portable, no walls, no gardens.
And this is the big news, the real game changer. With the recent iOS 18.2 update, Apple is finally starting to unlock the trap. They've begun to build in support for those new standards we just talked about.
This means for the very first time, you can actually export your passkeys out of iCloud Keychain and into one of those third-party apps. The gate is finally creaking open.
So, what does this all mean for you, right now? Let's get practical. Here's your passkey escape plan. A clear playbook so you can stay in control.
First up, if you're new to Passkeys, the best thing you can do is avoid the trap altogether. So, from day one, use a password manager that works everywhere, like one of the ones we mentioned. When you create a new passkey, save it directly in that manager, not in iCloud or Google's default. That way, your keys are yours and they're never locked to a specific phone or company.
But what if you're already stuck with a bunch of passkeys saved in iCloud or Google? Okay, here's how you escape. First, make sure your phone is updated to the latest software, like iOS 18.2 or newer. Then get a compatible third-party manager. Now, you can go into your phone's settings and look for a new export or transfer option. It'll let you securely move all your passkeys over to your new manager. And just like that, you're free.
You know, this whole thing really brings up a massive question. These passkeys, they're not just for logging into websites anymore. They're becoming the keys to our entire digital life, your money, your private messages, everything. So when you think about it, the question isn't just about convenience. It's about who you actually trust to hold the keys to your kingdom.
So it's clear the future is portable, but you have to make sure you're the one holding the keys. Hey, if you found this breakdown useful for figuring out the whole passkey situation, make sure you subscribe to Refreshing Tech. We do a lot more simple and useful tech explainers just like this one. Thanks for tuning in.